Thank
I
you.
feel like your eyes are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god. I feel like your pupils are just like expanding.
Going to call it my favorite couple this season thus far is Nick and Jawahir. I think they could be the standout couple from this season because I think when Nick started talking to Jawahir, she was sort of a bit standoffish. But I think after the kiss, oh my gosh, she was gone. Hey there, it's Valerie again. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, we'll be reviewing Too Hot to Handle, Season 4, Episode 2. I remember yesterday I was saying, oh, it's a bit boring. I'm a bit put off. It doesn't seem like anyone stands out. But I think today we got to, in episode 2, we got to see, people start to relax and be themselves. And oh my God, Nigel, I think, is a bit too extra. I think he's trying to be this season's version of Nathan, but I don't think it's working because obviously after the night he slept with Kayla in Kayla's bed. I think he's trying to claim his territory. That way all the boys don't, because he knows she really like him, so that all the boys don't come after her. And so in the morning, people had a conversation when they woke up and they were sort of concerned that Kayla and Nigel might have broken the rules, but they said they hadn't, although they were still flirting in the bed. Nigel made it known that he was going to go after Dominique because he still wanted to explore things with her. And it's like, why? You fought, you knocked out the competition. Why not stick to what you chose and leave everybody else to choose who they want? Um, he had a flirty conversation with Dominic, and I think he knows the girls are interested in him and the girls like him, and he's trying to play on that and see if he can keep all of them hooked. Um, he's playing with fire. I can see if needed, if he starts playing all the girls, they're going to end up getting him voted out. And I was happy that Joey was like, if he's not going to pay me attention, I'm not going to continue to chase after him. I'm going to move on to somebody else. And I think initially Jawahir was interested in Seb because Seb was paying her the attention, even though she knew there was nothing there. Um, so Alana sort of notes that some of the people are chasing multiple partners when they're supposed to be trying to form a connection with one person. And so there's going to be this date night whereby um, the person who appears to be struggling the most is going to be asked to choose one person. And it was obvious it was going to be Nigel who was going to be chosen. But I didn't need, Associate to ask to tell me. I knew right from the start because he's the one who's been chasing all the girls. He keeps going on with Kayla, flirting with Kayla, and then he'll move on. He'll go to Dominic and he'll flirt with Dominic. Surprisingly, he hasn't flirted with any of the other girls, even though he knows they're interested. So decides that no, since Kayla has made it known that she is only interested in Nigel, he's going to pursue Jawed, knowing full well that Nick had said, Nick from the start is the only person who said that he was interested in Jawed. So I'm surprised that Seb has started to step in. And even Nigel mentioned that, oh, Jawed is a temptation and he's trying to stay away from her. And so Seb then had a conversation with Joey in the pool, and they ended up making out again. So they were the first ones to break the rules. And they both laughed and didn't make much of it. And the editing kept going back to Nick because Nick had stated so many times that he likes Joey, and it kept going. Every time Seb approaches Joey, the editing goes to Nick to sort of say, what's going on? You're taking forever. And I think I don't see it. I think Seb is just looking for someone who he thinks he's not likely to get competition from the other guys from, and this is why he keeps going back to Jawe as his plan B. And so it was nice to see Nick finally summon the courage to go up to Jawe and sort of have a conversation with her. And I like how, at first she was very dismissive and he was telling her I'm a singer and that this, and she was sort of entertaining him. You know, like how you entertain a child that you just don't want to break their feelings. And then after the case, she went, you could see he shook her world and she didn't know what to do with herself. And so that part was interesting. It was surprising as well to see Britain decided she wasn't going to fight over Nigel. She was going to get her sights set on James and go after James. And James unfortunately realizes he's in a crosshairs and is trying to do everything to avoid temptation. And so that was interesting. I think they'll make a cute couple. That was nice to see. Um, and then we really didn't get to see much of Sophia or Creed, actually. We didn't see them have conversations with anyone up until they were all sat down to sort of have a conversation. Because Nigel was asked to pick someone to go with on his date, and eventually, so they left Jaware, um, Dominic, and Kayla in one room and waited for Nigel to pick, and Nigel picked Kayla. I think he picked Kayla just because he wanted to provide the security, and he also wanted to sort of security and reassurance. That way, all the other guys would sort of step back and say he's really serious about her. They went on their date. It was bound to happen. I wasn't surprised when they kissed because that was going to happen. I think with them, it's just a sexual attraction. And once they do the date, that's going to be it. And there's going to be nothing else to it. I don't see them being this season's Nathan and Holly. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, so afterwards, as soon as their date finished, um, Nigel went back and started flirting with Dominic. And that's when I think Alana thought this is becoming too much. So she called everybody, and people were told, there's been some rule breaks, so people need to own up. And it was interesting that nobody wanted to own up. And Nick, being Nick, owned up and said, "Yeah, I did. I kissed Jawed." And everybody was like, so he owned up to say, I broke the rules. And everybody was taken aback, like, who? Nick? And it's like, yeah, I did. I kissed Joey. And everybody was like, oh, okay. I think the guys just said, okay, because they knew he was interested in her. And then there was somebody else broke the rules. And you could see Seb and Joey didn't want to say anything. And Joey kept looking at Seb to say, don't say anything. Eventually, I think Seb had to own up and sort of say, Joey and I did break the rules. We did make out. So that was another 3,000. And Kayla, I think Kayla and Nigel were not going to say anything, but everybody, I think, knew it was them. I think when it was said the third person, everybody was just looking around to think, who else did Joey kiss? Who else did she kiss? And so then eventually Kayla decided to own up because she thought, he's not going to own up, so I might as well say something. And that's when Dominic got upset. Never, never, never upset a woman because a woman's scorned is very dangerous. So she told Kayla, after your date, he came and he was busy flirting with me. And so now the girls are against him because they're thinking he's trying to play us. And I felt so sad for Nick when he found out that Joanne had kissed Sab. And so she had to explain to him, have a conversation. I think they'll make a cute couple. Joanne and Nick will make a cute couple. I think there is a possibility that they could actually develop a connection. And if Jawair's head doesn't get turned by Nigel now that the girls that he's going after have all sort of turned against him. And then um, Kayla and Nigel are just playing games because Kayla then decided to sleep in the same bed with Seb because she felt that Nigel was playing her. And it's like they're playing the same game. They're playing the same game. They mustn't pretend to be victims because they're both using other people to make each other jealous. And I think Seb is going to get his heart broken because he should have left her alone and he should have pursued somebody else and he should have left Jawea alone because he knew right from the start. Nick had said he liked her. I don't know. It was an interesting episode. I think it's starting to pick up. We'll see how it goes. Sorry, I had my tooth taken out, so I'm a bit mumbling today. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for when I upload new videos. Thanks everyone. Bye.